Hey guys, Rob with Rubber Toe Assembly here again with another assembly of a Bowflex M8 Max Trainer. Getting right to it. You unbox the boxes and get all this styrofoam out of the way. As you can see here, I just unpack everything. This is the first box. There's two boxes, and the other one has the frame in it. This one has all the parts, the legs and the arms and everything, the top and the rails, and the pedals and all that. You just unbox everything and unbag everything and lay it out just like you saw there. And then the first thing I do is put the legs on the bottom, which is the leveler legs, and you just attach them to the stabilizer, is what they call it, or the base, if you will. Those four little glide legs, and I run those little metal parts down all the way to the bottom before I put each glide leg into where it goes. The only place that's threaded for it right there. There'll be four areas, one on each corner where these four go. Yep, just like that. And then you spin them all on, and you're all set there. I think it shows later to do that, but get that over with. So, well, it's easy. And this is called your hardware card. There's a dotted line here with these screws, random. I usually cut that out of the way so it doesn't confuse me on what's what. And then you have the screws and washers and everything, the hardware for your assembly right here. I go through and kind of slice the plastic a little bit on the side of it to get the screws out without losing, what they're labeled. It's a pretty easy process, yeah, just with that little utility knife you see there. And the other box is the main frame that you saw right there attached to the wood base with some bolts, 1/2-inch nuts on them, and washers. You're gonna have to take those off eventually, coming up here quick. But the first part is attaching the rail to the main frame with these four screws with lock washers and flat washers. And I'm just starting these. If it looks like they're getting tightened up, I'm not tightening them up completely. So I'm just putting all four of them in loosely, and see how it has a little bit of a wiggle right there. Give it a little shake, and so you have some play to catch these other screws, which are right here at the bottom, the 1/2-inch I was just telling you about. With the washers, they come off, and when you take this washer and nut off, you got to make sure this is in a good spot where it doesn't fall over. So yeah, after you unhook it from the wood platform, you just lift it up just like you see there and line it up with the four holes on the base, and the two in the front and then the two in the back are going to take these four bolts with the big washers. Should be 4 and 4, nice and easy. They don't get lock washers, just flat washers. Put those on, and I usually put one in the back first where the rail is, and then one in the front, or vice versa, so it's holding it real well. It will stand, but you don't want to bump it and knock it off. If you bump into it, it might fall over. So I put the one in the back, just as I was saying first, kind of holds the rail. I guess I'm putting both of the back ones in, just starting them, just like you did the other four just now that were in the top part there of the frame. And then I come to the front and put these other two in, just loosely, start them. If you have to slide it around a little bit, you can feel a little more comfortable now that those rear screws are already in, kind of holding it, so it won't fall over, but it'll slide around a little bit. And then you drop those four screws in. I go and I attach these and the ones at the bottom also with the Allen wrench they give you, or with the drill bit that I got. It's fine. And just tighten all 8 of them. The 4 at the bottom, and then those 4 that you just saw. And then the stabilizer shroud. It's just these 2 plastic pieces that go on, just as you see here. That's where your serial number is, by the way, that paper down there, if you need to write that down. It's on the front side of that bar. Once you put the plastic on, it covers that up. So, little tip there. On to the next step, which is the rear shroud piece of plastic. It's that gray plastic piece right there to my left. Yep, I just picked up, and it just snaps onto the back right here, just like you see there, and it gets that little set screw at the top I just snap it in, boom, locks into place, and then I put the set screw at the top with a hand screwdriver, because sometimes if you use a screw gun, it will strip out the thread. I've had that once or twice maybe over the years with like 100 of these. So I always use a screwdriver. You can feel it catch the threads and go in smoothly. Onto this last part, which is the caps. These are the rail caps that plug right into the frame here, and the rear shroud that you just put on. You gotta go just like that. Looks good. And then the opposite side, little rubber cap goes in. I go right at the bottom of the rail, right there, boom, and I slide it up so it's easy to get it in there. It wraps around. That's just how I do them. Helps me line it right up into place. Boom, they snap in pretty good to where they go. That's completed. The next part will be attaching the two legs. I believe they are the same. There's no left one and right one like with the handlebars. So you just can pick up one of the legs and put it on to where it goes, which should be a tube that has a little grease bag on it, like a little bag, and a little piece of foam that you saw right there. I just set the leg ready where it's going to go. And you get these two wavy washers that are going to go on that little greased up tube that's you're about to see here. Yep, has that little foam on there. You just peel off the foam, and you got plastic with grease on the inside. I like to utilize the grease and make sure it's rubbed on there like it's supposed to be, all over real nice. And then you slide that wavy washer on first before the leg, and as you can see, the leg's set right there ready to go. Lift it up, slide it on with the wavy washer behind it. It should line up the rubber piece at the bottom with the rail, and then you put the set screw in there with a lock washer and a flat washer, and I just hand tighten it and then come back and get it with a 1/4 inch Allen wrench that they give you, or drill bit. Just as you see, the right side goes on the same way, real quick and easy. Left and right legs are on. And then the next step, attaching the pedals to the frame assembly. They go right into the legs that you just put on. There's a little section at the bottom there where the pedal, which is, they're kind of heavy for pedals, solid piece of steel, and you just slide them in right there. As you see, there's two holes inside the tube there, and you just line them up with the bolt with a washer on it that goes in there. And I always run them from the outside pointing in, so it looks nice and pretty. You see that bolt with a washer on the outside, and then after it goes through both holes, you put another washer on the inside, followed by I believe it's a 1/2 inch lock nut, and you'll run these down tight too. And when you tighten these up, whether it's hand tighten with a ratchet or a 1/2 inch wrench and the little Allen wrench they give you, or the drill gun with the right tips, which is what I use, just to be real quick about it. When you're done here, there's the right side, loosely, just putting them through back and forth. But when you're done here, it goes on the same way. You want to shake the pedals and make sure they don't wiggle around, because, you know, if you're stepping on them, they're going to wiggle, and you think, what's loose, what's loose? This is where it's at. I get the 1/2 inch Allen wrench and the 1/4 inch Allen wrench and the 1/2 inch on the inside. There we go. However you do it. Sometimes I use a ratchet and do these by hand, but you just drill them real tight and then give it a wiggle, which you'll probably see me do here. Maybe not, but I did the right side first. And see how I'm going back now with the same pedal with a ratchet with the appropriate Allen tip on the end of it, and see how I wiggled it right there? That's, you want it tight. If there's any wiggle or jiggle, you go through just like you see here with the appropriate tools and tighten those things up. See, I'm getting another several turns out of it before it's good and tight, where you don't want to really go too crazy, because, you know, it is possible they could snap if you super bear down on it. But nice, snug, real tight enough where it doesn't wiggle. See that? Boom, I shake it a little bit. It's tight. Both of them, left and right, they're both tight. Thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Great. Okay, so once the pedals are done, on they're solid, you attach their platforms. Sometimes you'll get one solid rubber piece, and sometimes it's a 2 rubber piece deal. This one looks like 2 rubber piece. You peel out the rubber pieces on each pedal, and there should be 4 screws that go right through the plastic pedals and into the pedal below, the steel one, into the threads. So yeah, it's these screws right here. There should be 8 total, 4 for each pedal. And I just get the I believe it's a size smaller than the 1/4 inch Allen on this one. But anyway, yeah, the Allen wrench that they give you, or the Allen tip, and just run these 4 screws in real quick. Boom. I think the Allen wrench, the Allen tip sizes are what, 4, 5, and 6 metric, sometimes 1/4 inch, and then onto the foot pads that just snap right in. You have that gray piece at the top and the black piece at the bottom that kind of intertwine, they connect together, and then they just drop in there into the holes, and you push around the outside just as you saw me there, and it's locked into place. This one, you got to put the first 4 screws and attach the pedal, and then the foot pads that go inside. Just as you see there, 4 screws. I put them all in loosely first, and then come back around and tighten them all up, and then put the pad in the middle and push down around the sides, and you'll feel it plug into place where it goes. On to the next step, which is first of all cutting this little zip tie so it doesn't get in the way. Take that off of there, so you have a nice wire free to plug in with a little bit of play. You want a little bit of play there, and it's going to plug into the top console. At the bottom of the top console is the other end of that. It's one male end, one female end, and it's going to plug in the wire. It's going to snap connect into place. I'm just pulling the screws right here, as you saw, the hardware to screw this to the mast after you plug this in. I hold it with my arms, I guess they're kind of cradle it, and snap the snap connector electrical together. It only goes one way, has a little digit as you saw there. Plug them together, make sure it's not pinching it in any way, push it right down into the tube, and then slide the top console right on top. And then line up the holes. It should be 2 in the front and 2 in the back with where they go. There's threads on the inside of the mast there, and you just put these 4 screws in, 2 in the front, as it looks like there. A little bit of a dark shot there, but those 2 front screws go in there with lock washers and flat washers, and then you come around the back and you put the 2 more of the same into the back. I get that first one at the bottom. A lot of times that little cup holder that you see that's kind of in the way, I can't get the drill bit on there sometimes, and you just have to do it, you know, with the little Allen wrench they give you, and you just got to spin it around. Get that first one tight like I did there, got it that time, and then get the bottom one, and then come back around to the front one and tighten the last 2 screws in the front, and then you grab it and give it a little wiggle, and you can see it's nice and tight. Yep, and it's where it needs to go, set perfect. And then you put the arm caps on to where you attach the arms real quick, snap those on there, one on the left, one on the right. They're both the same, they just snap on to the sides just like the legs. They're both the same. You got your little cover caps on those, the leg caps. On to the next step, which is the arms, the left and right upper handlebars. Yep, the arms, left arm and right arm handlebar. And those are, there are 6 screws should be left over. Those are the same size as the ones you use to attach the top console, only they don't get flat washers, they just get the lock washers. So 3 on each side, there should be 6 of each left. You put the lock washer on each screw first, and then you put one on there just loosely, catch the threads on the first one, just, you know, a few turns, but it's not super tight. It gives you a little play. You can wiggle it around so you can get the other two screws in with their little lock washers on. So you start the second screw, and then you come around with the last one at the bottom here and start it. And you might as well go ahead and screw that one tight, because all three are ready to go. You tighten all three. Jump over real quick here to the right side. As you can see, they're labeled R and L. You catch the first one, and then catch the second one, and when you catch the third one, you can go ahead and tighten all three up. First, third one, and then drop back to the second or first and catch those. Boom. Great illustration here. So both the left handlebar and the right handlebar are attached, ready to go. And then you can, you know, move the machine around. It rolls just like you see here. The wheels are towards the front. Roll it to where it needs to go if it's not already right where it has to go sometimes, and set it just like you see there. And it's going to get plugged into the front with the little AC adapter plug. This is the media capture bar. It's just two little magnets right here on the sides of it, and it just magnetizes right there, and it holds your iPad or phone, if you will, whatever size it is. You just slide it down into place. Yep, just like you see here. That's what that does. Boom. Little phone sideways, so holds that. If you have an iPad, it's usually about the size you see here. Great. Oh yeah, there's the iPad, and you just have to slide it up higher, that's all, and then it locks right into place, holds it for you. Great. And here is the AC adapter I was just mentioned a minute ago. Plugs into the front here, a little bit to the left side of the front at the bottom. Boom, just plug that in there, and then run the other end obviously into the outlet, your wall outlet, and you should be ready to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope it's been very helpful. Please like and subscribe if it's helped you at all, if it was great. And thanks. Looks forward to the next video, you guys. Alright, take care. Rubber Toe Assembly, over and out.